Take a close look at this finished pallet of premium canned tuna. This is the end result of an incredible industrial process that turns massive tuna into a staple found on tables around the world. But to understand how it all comes together, we have to go back to the beginning, far out in the vast open Pacific Ocean. A large modern purse seiner fishing vessel cuts through the deep blue water, its giant net visible in the distance. Bright tropical sunlight glints off the white hull, creating long reflections on the waves as the vessel heads towards schools of tuna. The scale here is staggering. These ships are floating factories designed to harvest hundreds of tons in a single trip. As we get closer, the massive purse seiner moves steadily across the ocean, while a helicopter spotter circles above to locate the tuna schools. Strong sunlight illuminates the deck crew as they prepare the huge net for deployment. Every move is coordinated with military precision because the ocean is unforgiving and the catch must be perfect. Now the purse seiner deploys its enormous circular purse seine net around a school of massive yellowfin and skipjack tuna. The net slowly sinks and closes at the bottom while the vessel circles tightly. Bright daylight sparkling on the blue water and silver fish flashing beneath the surface. In moments like this, you can feel the raw power of industrial fishing. One set can bring in an entire day's quota for a small town. The net is pursed and hauled in. Thousands of powerful tuna thrashing and leaping inside the tightening net under direct tropical sunlight. Water splashing dramatically as the catch is secured. The fish are enormous, some weighing over 200 pounds, their silver bodies catching the sun like living metal. Hydronic power block and winches on the vessel pull the heavy net aboard. Tons of tuna slide onto the wet deck in a silver cascade, bright sunlight reflecting off the fish scales and wet metal machinery. The crew moves with practiced efficiency, knowing every second counts to keep the catch fresh. Crew in bright orange safety gear and hard hats use long-handled hooks and conveyor systems to sort and move the massive tuna below deck into refrigerated holds, sunlight glinting off the wet fish and tools. The deck becomes a carefully choreographed ballet of strength and speed. The vessel's refrigerated seawater tanks are filled with the freshly caught tuna. Massive fish slide into the chilled water under strong deck lighting. This immediate chilling is critical. It preserves the quality that will eventually reach dinner tables on the other side of the planet. The crew monitor temperature gauges and oxygen levels in the refrigerated holds. Bright digital displays visible under sunlight coming through open hatches. Every degree matters when you're dealing with hundreds of tons of highly perishable fish. The fully loaded purse seiner heads back to port with its catch secured. Wake cutting through the ocean under clear blue sky. The ship rides lower in the water now, heavy with the bounty that will feed millions. At the large industrial processing port, cranes and conveyors unload the fish from the vessel onto dockside trucks, bright sunlight reflecting off the silver scales. The transition from sea to land happens fast because time is the enemy of freshness. Giant tuna are lifted by heavy-duty cranes from the ship's hold onto conveyor belts at the dock, bright sunlight reflecting off the scales and wet metal hooks. Each fish is handled with care despite its size, because every one contributes to the final product. Refrigerated trucks line up to transport the fresh tuna from the port directly to the nearby canning factory, workers in high-visibility vests guiding the flow. The short drive is the last leg before the real transformation begins. The tuna are unloaded at the factory receiving dock and moved on to automated grading lines, bright industrial lighting highlighting the enormous size of individual fish. Here, the scale of the operation becomes clear. This is not small batch processing. Inside the massive tuna canning factory, long processing lines with workers and machines handle huge fish. The air is filled with the constant hum of machinery and the clean smell of the sea. At the heading and gutting station, automated machines or skilled workers remove heads, tails, and viscera from the massive tuna. Bright, clean water sprays and stainless steel surfaces gleaming under strong lights. What looks like a simple cut is actually a precisely engineered step that prepares the fish for the next phase. The cleaned tuna move on conveyors to the pre-cooking ovens, large fish being loaded into giant steam cookers. The heat firms the flesh and begins the journey toward the shelf-stable product we all know. Cooked tuna emerge from the ovens and are cooled on chilled tables, steam rising visibly under bright factory lighting. The transformation is already visible. The raw fish is becoming something that can travel the globe. In the loining and cutting hall, massive cooked tuna are sliced into precise portions by automated saws and workers, bright stainless steel and white uniforms visible. Every cut is calculated to fit perfectly into the cans that will carry the tuna across oceans. On the canning line, cut tuna pieces are precisely filled into empty cans by high-speed automated fillers, bright metal cans moving rapidly under strong overhead lights. The rhythm is mesmerizing. Thousands of cans per minute, each one filled with the same care. Seaming machines seal the can lids with perfect hermetic seals, cans spinning and crimping at high speed. This is the moment the product becomes protected for years of shelf life. The retort sterilization autoclaves cook the sealed cans under high pressure and temperature, steam and gauges visible. Here, science ensures safety, killing any bacteria so the tuna can be shipped anywhere on Earth without refrigeration. After sterilization, the cooling and drying station sees cans emerging clean and dry on conveyors. The heat treatment is complete, and the product is now stable. Labeling machines apply branded labels to the cooled cans at high speed, bright colors and text clearly visible. Each can now carries the story of its journey from the ocean. In the final packaging hall, labeled cans are packed into cases, shrink-wrapped and palletized by robotic systems. The factory turns raw catch into ready-to-ship goods with remarkable efficiency. Robotic palletizers build tall, stable pallets of canned tuna cases, stretch wrap being applied smoothly. These pallets are the building blocks of global distribution. Quality control technician samples finished cans for testing, opening a can and checking color, texture and taste under focused lab lighting. No batch leaves without this final human and scientific approval. At the dispatch dock, pallets of canned tuna are loaded into refrigerated shipping containers, bright daylight on the activity. The product is now ready to travel the world. Containers are sealed and labeled with destination codes for markets in Europe, North America, and Asia. Every container tells a story of its origin and destination. A large container ship is loaded at the port with hundreds of containers full of canned tuna, cranes working efficiently under bright sunlight. The ship becomes a floating warehouse carrying the harvest of entire fleets. The ship's hold is filled with stacked containers of tuna, heavy doors closing securely. The cargo is now protected for the long voyage ahead. The fully loaded container ship departs the port and heads out to open sea, wake cutting through blue water under clear sky. This is where the global part of the journey truly begins. On the ship's bridge, officers monitor navigation and cargo temperature systems on bright digital screens. They keep the tuna safe and on schedule across thousands of miles. The container ship crosses the ocean toward distant markets, sunlight reflecting off the stacked containers. For weeks, the product travels, protected and monitored. The ship arrives at an international port, cranes unloading the tuna containers onto trucks and rail. The journey from factory to foreign soil is complete. Distribution trucks leave the port with pallets of canned tuna, heading to regional warehouses and supermarkets. The final miles bring the product closer to consumers. Supermarket shelves are stocked with the finished cans of tuna, bright retail lighting highlighting the labels. Shoppers now see the result of an ocean-to-table process. In a large food service kitchen, the canned tuna is used in bulk preparation. Restaurants and institutions rely on this reliable, high-quality protein every day. At a family meal table, canned tuna is used in sandwiches or salads under warm home lighting. This is the moment the entire industrial journey reaches its most personal destination. The complete journey is visualized with the vast ocean fishing grounds in the far background and the finished pallets of canned tuna ready for global shipping in the foreground under golden sunlight. From the deep sea to your plate, this is how massive tuna become a global staple. The operator in the canning factory control room monitors the entire production line on multiple large, bright screens with real-time data, sunlight streaming through the windows. Every step is tracked with precision. A single massive tuna is lifted from the ocean net onto the vessel deck, silver scales flashing dramatically in bright tropical sunlight. This is the raw material that powers the whole process. The purse seiner returns to port at sunset with its refrigerated hold full, golden light reflecting off the water and the vessel's white hull. Another successful voyage complete. The automated heading and gutting line processes huge tuna at high speed on stainless steel lines. Water sprays keeping everything clean under bright factory lights. Technology meets the sea. The pre-cooking ovens and cooling tables have steam rising and large cooked tuna moving through the line. Heat transforms the fish into something stable. Cut tuna loins are filled into cans with exact weights on the high-speed filler. Pink flakes visible inside each can. Precision ensures every can is perfect. The retort sterilization hall has pressure gauges, steam, and rows of sealed cans moving through the autoclaves. Safety is locked in here. Labeling and coding machines apply batch information and market-specific labels at high speed. Each can now knows where it is going. The robotic palletizing and stretch wrapping hall operates at full capacity. Automation finishes the job with flawless efficiency. Export containers are being loaded onto the container ship at the port. Heavy cranes working under bright daylight. The world is waiting. The container ship sails across open ocean with its deck fully loaded, sunlight reflecting on the blue water. The tuna are on their way. Destination port cranes unload the tuna containers onto trucks and rail under bright arrival daylight. The journey ends where new markets begin. Supermarket workers stock the finished cans of tuna on brightly lit retail shelves while customers browse. The product has arrived. A family at a sunlit home kitchen table opens and uses the canned tuna in a fresh meal. This is the ultimate reward of the entire process. The full supply chain is visualized from open ocean to supermarket shelf and home table at golden hour. Every link is connected. Quality control technicians perform final can sampling and laboratory testing before release. Nothing leaves without passing these checks. Byproduct processing lines convert tuna heads, bones and scraps into fish meal and fish oil. Nothing is wasted. The fishing crew on the purse seiner sort and chill the day's massive catch on the wet deck. Human skill is still at the heart of it all. The entire canning factory operates continuously 24/7, with bright floodlights illuminating the lines. The demand never stops. Freshly caught tuna are immediately chilled in refrigerated seawater tanks on the vessel to preserve freshness. Speed is everything at sea. High-speed automated can filling and seaming lines run at full capacity, with thousands of cans per minute. The factory is a marvel of engineering. Sterilized cans cool and dry after the retort process, ready for labeling. The product is now shelf-stable for years. Export documentation and digital traceability systems are finalized for each container before departure. Every can be tracked back to the ocean. The container ship's cargo hold is filled floor to ceiling with securely stacked tuna containers, heavy doors closing. The cargo is protected for the long haul. Busy international destination ports receive and unload the tuna shipments under bright daylight. The world receives its share. Supermarket shelves are stocked with the finished cans of tuna, while customers browse and purchase. The journey ends on the shelf. Large restaurants and food service operations use bulk cases of the canned tuna in daily meal preparation. The product feeds more than just homes. Sustainable fishing practices and byproduct utilization are visible throughout the operation. Modern industry works with the ocean, not against it. The fishing fleet prepares for the next voyage as the current ship returns to port. The cycle never ends. The complete catch-to-can flow is shown in one continuous automated sequence. Efficiency on a massive scale. Global shipping routes have multiple container ships carrying tuna visible on digital maps and actual ocean views. The product circles the planet. Retail workers and customers interact with the canned tuna on store shelves under bright lighting. This is where the story touches daily life. Home and family use the canned tuna in meals under warm, natural light. The journey reaches its most personal destination. Next season's fishing preparations and fleet maintenance continue the cycle. The ocean will provide again. The entire operation runs at industrial scale under bright daylight. This is modern food production at its best. A single finished can of tuna is shown under dramatic lighting. Simple, yet the result of an extraordinary process. The purse seiner returns with full hold at sunrise. Another day, another harvest. Factory workers and automated machines work in harmony. Human hands and technology together. Sterilization and safety systems operate in action. Protection built into every can. Labeling is customized for global markets. The same tuna, different labels for different cultures. Pallets move into containers for shipping. The product is boxed and ready. The ocean voyage crosses open sea and sky. Miles of blue water ahead. Destination port activity shows unloading. New shores, same tuna. Retail shelf stocking and consumer selection happen. The final handoff. Home kitchens use the tuna in meals. The circle is complete. Sustainable byproduct utilization completes the eco-friendly model. Respect for the resource. The full journey from ocean catch to worldwide shelves is shown at golden hour. A story of scale, technology, and global connection. The crew works on the fishing vessel, the human heart of the operation. High-speed canning automation runs at peak capacity. The factory never sleeps. Shipping containers are secured for ocean transit. Safe passage guaranteed. Busy international ports receive the shipments. The world welcomes the catch. Supermarket and consumer interaction with the product is shown. The tuna has arrived home. Food service and restaurant applications use the tuna. From can to plate in restaurants everywhere. The head operator gives final approval on a large export shipment with bright screens and satisfied expression. Pride in a job well done. The complete journey from massive tuna being caught in the open ocean to the finished canned product being shipped and used worldwide is shown at golden hour. From the depths of the sea to dinner tables across continents. This is how massive tuna are caught, canned, and shipped worldwide. As the camera tracks the fully loaded export container ship departing the port toward the horizon, with massive tuna fishing grounds visible in the distant background and stacks of finished canned tuna containers clearly visible on deck, strong sunlight creates dramatic reflections on the white ship and blue ocean, bringing our journey full circle. What started with a single school of fish in the open ocean now sails to every corner of the planet, feeding millions and connecting oceans to kitchens in one seamless industrial story.
Mira, este es el que le gusta a tu mamá.
Sí, pero ¿podemos llevar este también?
This recipe is amazing.
I know, right? But look how much she likes it.
It's so yummy.
I think it's ready.
Let me see. Wow, that is seasoned perfectly. See?
Simple and satisfying.
That's the biggest haul we've had all month.
Hey, time to head in. Hey, time to head in.
Here you go, Mom.
Looks delicious. Did you put enough relish in, Mom?
I sure did. Mmm.